Hi everyone, welcome to Alma Pilates and Yoga Moreno Valley. I'm so excited. A lot of you have been guessing another studio in Riverside, and while it hasn't happened for us yet in Riverside, and I'm still keeping my home studio in Riverside, I'm really excited to be venturing into the Moreno Valley community. I've had nothing but great experiences with both the city of Moreno Valley and my clients that are from Moreno Valley too, which I'm so excited to finally give them an APY home closer to them. So hopefully I answered the first question that most of you already have, which is, am I keeping both studios? And the answer is yes. I'm going to be focusing on my studio in Riverside, my home studio in Riverside, which we have 4 people per class. Meanwhile, I'm going to be hiring instructors for this studio, which will have 5 people per class. There's also one slight difference in the equipment that Moreno Valley will have. Moreno Valley is going to have the reformers, the towers, the chairs, and as well as the classical mat. The classical mat is not a yoga mat. It's almost like a platformed mat that has a foot strap on one side and handles on the other side to help you do the more classical mat work, which I'm so excited to bring classical mat classes to Moreno Valley, as well as the equipment classes. And not only that, but sometime towards the middle of September, anyone who buys a package for either one of the studios, which this studio won't be available by mid-September, but moving forward after mid-September, if you buy a package, you also get access to our online platform. So not only do you have access to this studio or our Riverside studio that is a fully equipped Pilates studio, but you'll also have access to programs and challenges and classes online. And speaking of instructors, if you're a comprehensively certified Pilates instructor and you're interested in potentially teaching at the Moreno Valley studio, please reach out to me. I'll leave my email somewhere here so that you can reach out to me. Send me your contact info, send me your resume, and I'll get in touch with you. I am prioritizing comprehensively certified instructors simply because we have so much equipment to make use of, and I'd really, really love to see classes really use as much equipment as possible. But if you are a mat-only certified instructor or a reformer-only certified instructor or whatever your situation is, still reach out to me at this particular email down here. Send me your contact information, send me your resume. There's literally so much that I cannot wait that I can bring to this particular studio, but to Moreno Valley, to Riverside as well, and I'm just so excited. I'm gonna keep this video short. The other thing that I wanted to announce is we're introducing class styles onto the schedule. So right now, majority of my classes, or actually all of my classes, are multi-level classes. And that's not really gonna change, although now on the schedule, you'll see different styles of classes that might indicate a slight level change. For example, our Restore classes, which if you've taken any of my online classes, you kind of already know. My Restore classes are really focused on Pilates, on the equipment, of course, or on the mat, or a mix of both, that really focus on fundamental movement and how do we make a deeper connection in movements that we're used to doing in almost every single class. The second one is Energize. How can we take one exercise and instead of doing an exercise, stopping and then doing the next exercise, how can we energetically flow from one to the other? That of course will take some experience, so I highly recommend you take a Restore class before taking an Energize class. And then the last one is Powerhouse. Now Powerhouse is a little bit of a mix of classical Pilates and contemporary Pilates, and also mixed in there is a good amount of props. Weights, balls, magic circles, a combination of both. And eventually I really do want to focus on having instructors that have more of a strength training background teaching those Powerhouse classes, because I absolutely love strength training and I absolutely love Pilates, and I would love for those Powerhouse classes to be just a slight mix of both. Now, will those classes be leveled? At first they won't be, especially when this studio opens. I have a feeling that I'm going to get a lot of new or beginner Pilates practitioners into the studio, which is totally fine. And the nice thing about having only 5 people in each class, it's a little bit easier to kind of give everyone their own sort of exercises, their own springs, their own sort of tension to give them the challenge that they're probably looking for. So if I have a beginner in the first reformer and I have someone who's advanced in the last reformer, we can easily do the similar things, but get a really different feeling and result from a particular exercise. If you've been to my home studio in Riverside, you kind of know what I'm talking about, because it's really easy for me to do that with only 4 people in the room, and that's not going to be any different here. The other question that I've gotten is, will you have access to both studios? And the answer is yes. You will have access to both studios with any package or very limited memberships that I'm going to be offering. I don't operate like a big studio, and I won't be able to offer many unlimited memberships. I want to say for this particular studio, probably somewhere between 5 and 10. So really keep an eye out for emails, any announcements, because I will be at some point offering memberships, but again, somewhere between 5 to 10 founding memberships. Other than that, it's going to be single class drop-ins or class packages. And like I said, with those class packages, you're also going to have access to our online platform and online classes. So if you wanted to kind of double up what you're doing here and practicing at home, you can. And I'm so excited to be one of the first studios in the IE to be offering both an online experience with an in-person experience as well. And you want to know what the best part of that is? That I have classes in Spanish online as well. Now, will I be offering in-person Spanish classes? Yes, I will. I'm not really sure that it's going to happen right when we open. I kind of have to see when my schedule allows for me to come here and teach those Spanish classes. But yes, that's always been the plan. I've always kind of sprinkled in Spanish classes here and there, but of course I'm only one person right now, so I can only do so much of that. But I'm just really excited to be doing all of this and being able to offer more to both my Moreno Valley clients and my Riverside clients and everyone who's around that wants to come in and experience a really intimate, really intentional, all-inclusive space.